You may remember the Hoover Junior Dirtsearchers that we had to go through for boxes and bags and who knows what. Well, they are done. This is one. And this is the other. And the hose. So, let us go through and see what they look like now and how well they work. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums. How are you today? Double Hoover Junior Dirtsearcher trouble today because they are both done. However, one is slightly better than the other. Probably already tell because this one has the better headlight lens. This one has the slightly faded one, although both have been retrobriting, as you saw from the lovely Mr Hooverlux. And the video he did, these hoods went off to him to be polished and retrobrited and polished some more, and then I gave them another polish for good luck, and a wax. And here we are now. So we'll start with, well, they're both identical. They both come up absolutely beautifully. We'll start with this one first, because it is the better one, primarily because it has, and I'm going to take the cable off manually because I'm scared to death to twist the upper cord hook because they do snap. This has the, ignore me cable clip, these really do help to store these. We have the ribbed cable on this one, which is an original Hoover cable because it has the crimps on it. So there's that. The other difference is actually more than just a lens. The Hoover roundel, this one is isn't dinted, sorry. This one is, not that you can really tell from afar. That's it really. Everything else has been, all the best parts from everything are in this. So the metal parts with the least scratching, the painted parts with the best paint, everything here is, apart from the brush roll bearings, genuine Hoover. This is a complete, genuine, 100% machine. In fact, so is this saying that. This has complete, genuine Hoover stuff as well. But actually, and the bulbs aren't Hoovers. The bulbs and brush roll bearings, and both of these are the only thing that isn't genuine. This one, the hood has a little bit more scratching on it. It has the non-genuine cable. The handle bail has a couple more chips in it. But basically they are as new. Turn them upside down and I'll hold this one up. You can see the brush roll has been painted. The brush strips are excellent. Everything is cleaned and polished. The suppressors have been removed. The wheels on this one are the better wheels because they're not quite as yellowed as those, although you can't really tell. They are and have come up superbly. I've still got a mountain of spares as well for these, which I haven't gone through yet because I'm going to refurbish some of them. Once I've checked that the guy doesn't want them back, I shall tidy them up. We also have, I put some new foam on both of these, and it doesn't make it sit 100% right, but as long as it seals it, I'm not that fussed. We need to look at that when we give it a demo. Also the hose, yes. If I can take it off, there we go. Really wish I sent these off to Dorian for retrobriting. I completely forgot. And actually you can see, if I get the belt twister the right way round, it only goes on one way, there we go. You can see the difference. I mean, these would have looked like this before, so that really shows you just how well they've come up. The hose has been completely cleaned. This hose, if you remember from the before video, one of them had been used for red powder. In fact, it's actually what's mostly in this. This has the stained red fan and red fireball. This flipping hose had been used for it as well, because as I was cleaning it, because I don't like to put these through the washing machine because of obviously the ends, and I don't like taking the ends off if they're good. It was pouring out of it. In fact, I put it on one of these in blower mode and filled the garden with a huge plume of red dust. So we have a hose, we have a good, the crevice tool was lovely that came with it. So there is also a toolkit with one of them, because I got two hoses. One isn't for these. I've been told it's for 1334A, the metal ones before this, because this part is different. So if we have one hose, let's put the belt back onto the spindle, and we'll take the spotlessly clean MK plug, look, lovely plug that is, and we'll plug it in, and I shall show you what it sounds like. It sounds like new. As you have just noticed though, the handle bail is annoying, because if I can do that all day long. As soon as I twist it slightly wrong, it does go, and that is after actually because you can reprofile the teeth on the handle bail, and I thought I'd done that quite well, but not well enough. However, we cannot actually vacuum with these yet, although this stone just came up from the depths of this carpet, because obviously there is no bag. And yes, we need to fit a bag, and of course we are going to fit a HEPA flow bag. Would not fit anything less nowadays. And if I can get my scissors started, there we go, look. We can cut the top off. Grab ourselves a cable tie, which going to need two. I'm running out of big cable ties. I must get some more actually, because I've got some turbo powers to do, and you need a long cable tie to do the bellows, so that'll be a pain. So for this we can use two, because it's never going to be permanent. Obviously the bag will need changing at some point. So we'll pop this on. Oh, there we go. Don't think I actually have the little belt that should hold the bags on. I must dig one out before it goes back. Oh, and of course this one. Why won't you work? Oh, of course I picked a flipping cable tie that was knackered, didn't I? Well, they're wasted. They are really cheap. These came from Asda, God knows how long ago. Let's try again. There we go. We'll cut the ends off to save them poking through, and now it's amazing how much airflow this carpet kills. Oh, we can use it properly. Action going on. new. This one works really, really well. But obviously this one works. This one also needs a bag. And I'm not 100% sure about the belt, because the belt on it is good. In fact, I wasn't going to replace it, but I'm sure it's not, from the quick test I did, I'm not sure it's quite running as well as that one. So I have a brand new belt. It came out of an original Hoover pack, but it's a modern original Hoover, because it's got, you can't, it's not going to focus on that. It says DBB, which is a pattern part number, because sadly Hoover, obviously, when they sold off great swathes of the business in the late 90s, basically they get Qualtex or Europart or whoever it is to make their spares now. So nowadays, sadly, even genuine Hoover spares aren't actually made by Hoover like they would have been before, when you see the pictures of the belt making machine at Perryvale, the bag sewing machine. Imagine even the tools nowadays, they're all bought in. It's a big shame, because it makes buying spares a complete pain. If you watch earlier on this year, Mr Hooverlux did a big firmness test with his 2 juniors, and he snapped a belt. And there would have been nothing wrong with that belt. It would have been a spotlessly, you know, I think, well, knowing Dorian, it would have been a brand new belt anyway. And it just snapped, and that's because they are cheap nowadays. If you can get new old stock belts, do. Although there's no guarantee really with those that they're going to be much good anymore. They probably will be. But it is always a gamble. That's why it is better to just, you know, just buy cheap belts, but be prepared for them to break. Oh, but this one has its rubber ring, so we can fit that. There we go. I just want to pull that down a little bit more, so there's, there we go, that will do. So we can use both of them now. They both have their bags. We will not need to wash the dirt that came out of these bags. Oh, it was terrible. And because they're only a few hundred watts each, I can plug both in at the same time. This one has a little bit of a, like, not rattle, but tickety noise on it. I think that's possibly because one of the end caps is a little bit bent, but it's not bad enough to really warrant going too nuts about it. So I don't think we need to use this belt. That sounded alright. What we can do though is test it properly with some agitation testing, which we should attempt to do now. There is more sand than you think in this carpet, and if I can line both up, we have the better one on the left here and the second best one on the right. I think I have tweaked both to be at their optimum height level, shall we say. See what happens. I have to turn both on in turn and then get cracker in, so we'll turn this one on. Actually, already I can see that this side cleaned a lot better than this side, so I think I am going to stick this belt on and we'll do that again and see if it performs any better. I mean, you can tell just how little is in it compared to these two belts, but this one which came off of it is a lot more stretchy than this one, so that'll be what's doing it. So we'll get it on the agitator and get it back on the machine and try that exact same test again. both work fine, although I have just noticed that I think the bulb's just gone in this one. It has, the bulb has just gone. Bit of a pain, although I do have lots more bulbs, just not here. So fit another bulb, that would be those Energizer bulbs that came with it. They were possibly a little bit old, so yeah. Both work really, really well. So we'll stick with this one for a second, because obviously this being the second, you know, better one, I don't mind using it a bit more. So let's test the suction. We'll lift the belt. Nothing wrong with the suction there at all. That tickety noise is annoying me from the brush roll. So I know what it is. It's catching on one end, and I'm not entirely sure why. In fact, I'm hoping maybe we can tell. It's these. You can see it is rubbing a little bit in that corner, but they're genuine. You know, they are genuine Who Better end caps. So I'm not especially entirely sure if there's anything I can really do about that. I mean, I could replace the end caps, but I don't think it's going to make it. But if I leave them loose, let's see if I've been. You normally do them tight, but just half a turn loose isn't actually too bad. So we shall see if we can fit it in there. Obviously the brush roll does only go in one way. You have a pegged end and a round end, so be sure to get that right. I always get the belt on wrong first try, so we shall. Whoops. Forgot about that. There we go. Oh, all better. And there we go. 2 Hoover Junior Dirtsearchers, cleaned, refurbished, and back together. I know a lot of people, you know, I don't mind it, so they say, oh, you're so good, how do you get your cleaners like this? It is just hard work. I mean, granted, I sent both the hoods off to be retrobrited to Mr Hooverlux. You know, if we didn't do that, they may not look quite as good, but all it was taking it apart, cleaning everything thoroughly, good order of the bearings, good polish, and back together. The only new parts these have had is belts and brush roll bearings, which you could buy on eBay very, very cheaply. Literally everything else is probably completely original. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed doing them. They look absolutely stunning. Glad that they work. Hopefully the owner will love them as well. So, from me and my juniors, sound a bit like Rolf Harrison, doesn't they? It's a thank you very much for watching from me, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.